How are we today? It is good to meet you again online. We'll continue with our online classes, as I've told you, until we end the term as government has made it to be. Today we'll be looking at mineral resources in Nigeria. We have been talking about Nigeria. We talked about the location, position, and size of Nigeria. We talked about, remember we said those states that are found in the southeast, like the Enugu, the Abia State, Anambra State, and so on. We talked about the states that are located in the southwest, talking about Lagos, Ibadan, that's Oyo State, Ogun State, and so many others. We also looked at the north central, where we have the Jos, the Kogi State, and so many others. We also look at northeast and northwest. So we've seen the states where they are there. We looked at the vegetation too and climate of these belts or zones and the type of soil that are seen there. Today we want to look at mineral resources that are seen in these zones. Call it mineral resources in Nigeria. That is what we are looking at today, mineral resources in Nigeria. When we talk about mineral resources, that is, we are looking at the resources that are seen in the different areas of the country. Talking about this use, that is what we make, what we gain from these minerals when we process them by mining, refining, and so many other, what we gain from them. That is the zone too. Let us quickly look at the objectives as we normally do for this lesson, what we intend to achieve at the end of this lesson. You know, we call it the learning objectives. The learning objectives. That is, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify and state the different minerals found in Nigeria. Whether it is called water mineral or food mineral, you will know. That's what we mean by that. Then locate where these resources are found on map. Since we now know these geopolitical zones and these zones of the map that I've told you, you now know the kind of minerals that are seen in each of these zones. Then explain the importance of these resources to Nigeria. As a country, we shouldn't just have them and we're not making use of them. We have where they are of use to us, calling it the importance of the resources, the mineral resources to the Nigerian economy. So Nigeria has a way where we make use of them too. Now, the business of the day proper, that is mineral resources in Nigeria. They include the petroleum. Petroleum is also called crude oil. The petroleum looks dark. It is a sedimentary rock mineral that is found in Port Harcourt, that is River State, South-South, Warri, Delta State, South-South, Ughell, Delta State, South-South, Akwa Ibom, that is Akwa Ibom State too, that one is South-South too, then Imo in the Southeast. These are the zones, the areas on the map where we find crude oil or petroleum. There's another one that is associated with crude oil or the petroleum. When you say crude oil or petroleum, you mean the same. That one is called natural gas. That is what you normally use to fill your cylinder. You call it, let me go and fill my gas. That's what so many people say. When you fill that cylinder, what you put there that's used for cooking is called the natural gas. It's closely associated, always following the petroleum or crude oil. The petroleum is also called crude oil. That is what we mean. So the petroleum is refined. When you refine petroleum, there are products that are gotten from that. Just like from father, you have a daughter, a son, grandfather, grandson, and so many others that come from just one particular parent. That is the father and the, let's say, one particular generation. That is just father and mother. That's why you have the two now. They give one particular generation, talking about a son getting married to a wife, and then that's a generation. They begin to produce plenty from that particular union. That's what I mean. So from particular mineral, which is petroleum, when it is refined through a process in chemistry called fractional distillation, you get the diesel, you get the grease, you get the kerosene and the fuel that we use in the aviation industries or sector. So these things, the kerosene we use for our lamp at home, The fuel are used for, you know what to use for generator and many other things. So these are things, products that are gotten through fractional distillation when you refine the crude oil. Next thing we need to look at is method of mining petroleum. When I say petroleum, I mean crude oil. How do we mine it? That's what I mean by method of mining. There is an underground rock that carries the crude oil. People go there to test, to check whether that crude oil is present in that particular rock. When they see it, they sink a well. When they sink the well, they will drill it down so that they, with something called a drilling rig, that's the machine, so that they can get to the particular place where that oil is. Then they pump the oil out. The oil normally contains 3 layers. That is, at the top, you have the natural gas. That's what I mean. 3 layers, top, middle, and bottom. The natural gas is at the top. Middle, you have the crude oil. Then the down, you have water. It contains 3 water. Then through that same fractional distillation, you remove the gas. It has its own boiling point. Then the or evaporation point, what you call it. The natural gas can be separated in a refinery through the same fractional distillation method. You get the crude oil, the one that is at the middle. That is what you are seeing here. This very dark thing is the crude oil. That dark one you are seeing there is the crude oil. Let us look at next thing, coal. Coal look very dark. It is used for the tarring of road and other things. It is normally found in Enugu and Okaba, Benue State. These are the, we say Enugu now, southeast, Benue, north central. Please don't forget all these things. The method of mining it is called underground method, or the adit method. The method which you use a particular machine to cut into the coal stream. That is, you are seeing coal here. It has where, just like segments where they are bound together. That's the symbol we're talking about. Then the machine goes through it to break it. Then we have the explosive that destroy the rock that contains that particular thing. Then you dig out the coal from it. You now use machine, like this one you are seeing here, use it to now pack them. It is heaped now. You're seeing at that side, the coal is heaped there. They are put together there. They now use machine to pack them into truck. You take them to the export center or where they are being, or the factory where they make use of them. That is the destination we talk about. Another thing we need to look at is iron ore. This is another mineral too. This one is found in Alada, Delta State, Atakpe, that is Kogi State. Delta is south-south. Remember, Kogi is north-central. We have talked about those areas too. These are areas we find them in Nigeria. Then how do you mine the iron ore? Explosives are used, just like I explained not quite long, to remove the overburden rock. That is, you destroy the, you know that when you say ore, it contains impurity. To destroy the rock so that you get the retain you are looking for. Machine called drag line is used to pile into the heap where it is packed together now. That is the drag line you are seeing, the machine that piles into the heap. Then you have a monitored eject that is used to put water towards that, or to put water to wash or pour water to mix up what you have there. The water washes the soil through a slide boss in that particular machine. Then iron ore sinks to the bottom. What you are looking for, that particular one. Well, now, you know, it's now a mixture of the mineral and water. The iron ore sinks to the bottom. Just like you want to filter rice and water. You pour the water there, you want to filter rice, and you see that one will go down and the other one will go up. So the iron ore, that mineral you're looking for, sinks to the bottom of that slide board. While water is carried away, water carries away the dirt. You know the dirt now that mixed with the iron ore. It is water and the iron ore. Then impurity, that's the dirt, is mixed with it. The water carries away the dirt, wash it away. Then the iron ore that is concentrated back in one particular place is then taken to the factory where it is made use of, where it is being used. That is all I mean. Another mineral is the tin and columbite. They are complex minerals too of rock that are found near Jos, that is north central. Tin is used for coating container in the canning industry, where you have your tin can milk and can coke or whatever. It is used for coating it. While the columbite is used to manufacture heat-resistant steel. The steel that in iron and steel industry, they use it. That particular one, heat-resistant steel, is used in the jet for jet engine. The both of them occur together. That's why we call tin and columbite. They occur together. The same method of mining iron ore is the same method of mining. That's the underground method. It's the same method. Sorry, open cast method for the iron ore, and the same open cast method we have for the same method for the tin and the columbite. What happens is, just like we have said here, in iron ore, we said to use the explosive to scatter them. Like remember we said, these are iron ores that are saying here. We use explosive to scatter the overburden rock. Remember, use machine to pile into it. The same way we also have in this tin and columbite. When they are being broken, water, that is the open cast method now. When they are being broken, water washes the tin, the dirt goes away, the tin and the columbite are same under. I said both occur together. They call tin and columbite. Another mineral is limestone. Limestone, from the way it looks, you are seeing it here. The limestone, that one that is a bit whitish in color, that look like chalk in color, is the limestone. It's a sedimentary found in Shagamu and Ewekoro and Shagamu, there in Ogun State. Then Calabar Cross River State, Nalagu in Anambra State, Sokoto State, Benue State. These are areas we find limestone. Method of mining is mined by the method called quarrying method. Quarrying method. This is method called quarrying method. What happens here is, just like the case of iron ore, the overburden rock is scraped off. This one is not scattered now, it's scraped off with an excavator. In order to get the limestone that is inside, you scrap the overburden rock. Then limestone is shattered with explosive. That's the next stage that looks like that of the iron ore method now. That is the open cast method. The limestone is shattered, that stone is shattered with explosive. So screw out. Then you screw and then you screw out, when it is shattered, you screw out the limestone, what you need inside. With the excavator, then you pack them, that's what I mean, pack them inside the truck that is supposed to take them to the destination or the factory where they will be made use of. We have the cement factory that makes use of the limestone as a raw material. So they are being transported to that factory. Limestone is a raw material that, like I've just said, in the manufacture of cement. So the production of cement to use limestone, it is a very good. This is a quarrying machine. Mining and quarrying you are seeing here. That what you are seeing here as a whole is somebody digging into the place to get the limestone, get the rock, and then shatter it here as the other side. Quarrying now at this side, it is being shattered. You get it. The rocks may not be seen or exposed at the surface of the earth as you are just walking. You may need to look for them somewhere underground or beneath the ground. Then the next thing is lead and zinc. They are found in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. They are mainly used locally. In the industries, they are mainly used locally. This is the lead, the one you are seeing down, then the tin is down. The lead has a color that looks like the color of that limestone. That's like something that want to be in form of clay color. That's how you see them. They are mainly consumed or used locally in the industry. They also go together, the lead and tin. This, I said, is found in Ebonyi State. That is Abakaliki, precisely, the capital of Ebonyi State. And that place is southeast of the country. Take note of these zones and the minerals that are found there as I'm talking. Another mineral we need to look at, another thing we need to look at is adverse effects of mining in these areas where these minerals are seen. What are the bad things that has happened or the things that are not supposed to happen to those areas where you find all these minerals? They have good things that the minerals will have yielded or given to the community or the area where you locate these minerals. We'll talk about the lead and zinc now. We say they are found in the southeast, precisely Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. In that area, you find that particular mineral. What really is the mineral given to them, and then what are the effects of those minerals? What has not been happening to the place before, or the environment, or the community that is not happening to them because you have that mineral there. One is destruction of ecosystem. You know the meaning of ecosystem. Another one is loss of farmland. If you have these minerals present in a particular place, I bet you, government will even come to take over the land because they know that, especially the crude you are seeing here, that petroleum, crude oil, that is what Nigeria has laid out on now that we rely on, that we make use of. So they'll begin to take it as their own, be drilling them, and then we call it, remember we discussed pipeline transportation, be transporting them to the refinery through that particular place. Environmental degradation and pollution, there are also effects of these things. You see this water here, because the crude oil is entering into the river here, you are saying, that river is no more of use to the community. The fishes there would have gone to their grave, they will die. And then that water, you can't take it and drink it. You can even see the color of that water. It is polluted. Another one is environmental degradation. That is very, very bad for the community. These are effects. The areas, these minerals that are present in this, we're talking about the south, southwest, and all of these minerals and where they are located. They have effects where you see them. These things happen in those areas where they are found. Then let us look at importance of minerals. We have talked about the bad effects now, that is the adverse effects of these minerals to those areas they are found. Let us look at the good side, that is the importance, the benefits, what you use them to do when you find them in a particular area. One is employment. Mining of these minerals gives jobs to the miner. Not only miner, people go there to sell food. When you now know that the mineral is present there, to those that drill the crude oil, that's called drilling method now for the crude oil. Those that drill it, you know that when we talk about pipeline transportation, you drill first, then you now transport. Don't forget. Those that drill it, they have job through that. Then the people that mine, for example, the iron ore we have talked about, the people that mine it, or even the limestone, they do it as their job. That is what they do. People sell food to them. They have customers that come to hawk, they give them food. Those ones also have job through that. So the people that transport them, like the limestone that is being carried in the truck, after you've gotten them, all these minerals we're talking about, like the lead and tin and also so many others, you need to transport them, like we said, to the factory where they will be made use of. Then the drivers, they have gotten job through that too. Another one, raw material for industries. I've shown you the cement, sorry, the limestone that is used for cement production. These are cements you are seeing here. Cements are used for production of limestones are used for the production of cement. Limestone is a very good raw material. That's the raw material for the cement. So the cement factory or industries will need limestone as a raw material for their functions, for them to be able to produce cement. The heap of cement you are seeing there, they are gotten from that particular raw material called limestone. Without the limestone, they will not be produced. Another thing is acquisition of skills. Acquisition of skills. Those that do this job, they learn, they get new things. Just like even we that teach, when you do it today, tomorrow you get another thing that you have not gotten before, you did not know before. Why you do it, they acquire new skills through that. The another one is income to miners. They get small things from there, money. Income from there, even to the government too, as a revenue generation. The taxes that are paid by the miners and the companies that are into this mining, because there are companies that do mining, we call them, remember we said, extraction of raw material, primary industries that are involved in that. We call them primary industries. We have discussed those things in our last previous work. So these primary industries that do this mining, they pay taxes and some kind of things to the government, and government gets money from there as revenue. Then another one is infrastructural development. Infrastructural development. Where these things are located, if I bet you, if you have a place in your village, today as I speak, crude oil is discovered in that particular village. Government will come and tar road to meet them. By the time they start drilling, you know, we say crude oil drilling method. By the time they start drilling the oil and then transporting it through pipeline, they will know that people that are working there need it. By the time their motor is stuck somewhere one day, they spend 3 days inside. They have not been able to get to the village or the bush. Mosquito will feed on them, and then rain will come and wash them. The government will take road to that particular area. Light will come. So when these things are discovered in a place, you see all this infrastructure, they will come to that particular area. That's a good thing. Another one is provision of essential goods. We have talked about the kerosene. This kerosene is used for this lantern you are seeing here. This kerosene that is poured inside. You know lantern that you use in your houses. Kerosene that is poured inside. Then the cement we are talking about too is used for building. It's an essential thing that we need. We cannot stay without houses. We cannot live in an open place. But talk about acquisition of scale, econ to miner and other things. These are the things that are gotten or areas where these things or minerals that are seen in areas, they use what they have to us as good things, the importance to the economy or to the community where they are located. This one is talking about both the favorable part to the community and to the country at large, and even the people working there as miners and also so many other people. So the good side, what we benefit from it, is what we call the importance of the minerals. For example, the employment we're talking about, the raw material, acquisition of skills, econ to miner, revenue generation for the government, and so many others. Then let us look at problems facing mining exploitation in Nigeria. The word exploitation means taking it, using, getting something from something. You get these minerals, you derive something, deriving something from it. That's what I mean. Why you are deriving something from this mineral or from this place now where you have these minerals? What are the problems that are being faced by the miners or the country at large? While in process of doing this to exploit this mineral or to mine? Number one is inadequate skilled labor. It's not everybody that know how to do this thing. Some people will just start learning from there. They will begin to waste. Where you're supposed to have a basin, let me say a 20 liters of crude oil that you have been able to drill, you will waste like 15 liters and then be able to give out 5 liters or collect 5 liters because you are just learning, because you are not skillful. You didn't study, you don't know how to do this. People go to school to learn that, how to do mining of each of these minerals. That is what they study too. They're mining hazards. Those chemicals you see in your eyes, and there's some other things that come. Even the machines that work there, they give some things that you not like why you work there. Another one is inadequate capital. For you to buy all those machines, like the drag line I just shown to you, it's not something that is very easy. You need money. So the mining companies also need money. So at times they don't have this enough money. They will not be want to employ the manual labor, and then they may destroy many of these things and then get little out of what they are supposed to have many. Another one is poor management. You don't have people that know how to do this job, or corruption among the managers. What they are supposed to get well, they will not get it well. You know what we call poor management. The another one is conflict between local people and exploitation those that exploit mineral. That is people that are seen, and when you want to do exploitation, that is exploitation is getting it. Then there's a conflict between that process and the people that are living in that particular community. Some they call it Monile or whatever name you want to give to them. The youth there, they must tell you you will pay 50,000 or 500 million before you'll be able to enter here and do one or two things. They begin to give you problems. At times they will say this land, you cannot touch it. That is, there's always a conflict between them. Then poor transport network. This one you can see here is a very bad road. Very bad road. If you want to take this one to, if the what you are looking for, the mineral, if it is crude oil that is inside, far inside that place, you know that it will not be easy for you to get there. So another one is outdated topographical map. When we say topographical map, topography means ruggedness or smoothness of a particular land surface. So some people will give you a map, and each month, or as the case may be, as regularly, could be week or month, regularly, you need to check the areas, and then you give another update about the area. Otherwise, somebody will tell you that that particular place is rugged, of which the topography you give to the person, when you get there, you see that it is a flat or level land. It's not rugged. So they may tell you it is like this. The soil that is in there, that was given, or the record was taken maybe 10 years back, which is outdated, need to be updated for you to get the real this thing. These are the problems too of this exploitation of these particular minerals. Then let us look at some solutions to these problems we have just discussed. This is a degraded land. This is a degraded land. That's one of the problems too. If you have this land, you see that the bushes there, there are no more bushes. These trees you are seeing here that are not naked, they are supposed to be real trees. Then what I was saying is that some of the solution is, since you now know the problems, as bad road, for example, or poor transportation network, it is not to cry to the government to give good road to those areas. Then since we also know that unskilled effects affect some of the workers, that is where they are not skillful in the area, then when the company wants to employ people, they need to employ people who are knowledgeable in those areas. These are some of the things we need to look at too. So whenever you talk about the minerals, don't forget that we said the minerals are seen in some geopolitical zones. We have talked about the ones like lead and tin, we talked about zinc, we talked about in Ebonyi State. We also talked about the petroleum, that is where we started from. We talked about where it is found. We talked about mainly the south, and then we added the southeast, that's Imo. We talked about the delta, talked about River State, all of them in south. Talked about Akwa Ibom and so many others. So we said it is mined by drilling. The process of mining is drilling. That is to get it, because it is in form of liquid. You drill. That is what we mean. Then you now do fractional distillation to get the kerosene. These are byproducts. They are called byproducts. The kerosene, the fuel, the grease, and so many other. The diesel from the crude oil. The other name of petroleum is crude oil. We've also talked about the iron ore. We talked about the open cast method of mining it, shattering the rock, then getting what you need. Then you use water, pump water or a jet of water to mix with the mineral. We said in that mixture, the water washes the dirt on the top. Then what you have, the concentration settles at the bottom. Then you pack them into the truck, take them to the factory where they are being made use of. We've also talked about the lead and tin and so many other minerals. We talked about the importance too of these minerals. Remember, we said if they give employment, the miners get job from that, the drivers and other people, related people in this particular area, they have job. We've also said they give us raw material like the limestone. We have Ughell cement factory in Edo State. It produces, the factory produces cement. That's the job. And it is this limestone that is the raw material that is being used there. We've also talked about acquisition of skills, that those people that do it, that are involved in this job, they get new skills too. We also look at some problems of these exploitation of these minerals. We said they give pollution to the environment, that is areas they are found, the degradation of the environment too. Then also look at conflict between the exploitation now, that's process of getting it, and then the local people there that they normally have. Then we'll talk about bad road or poor infrastructure, like the bad road and the electricity and many other things. This is where we end your class for today. When you watch a video, don't watch it once, except you have gotten the message well. If you do not or have not, you will rewatch again, then you may ask your question if you want to. I wish you the best as you have started your CBT today. I wish you the best, and I pray that you do well. Thank you very much. I am still Mr. Albert, your geography teacher. God bless you all.